Hey guys, I was just sitting here thinking about the reasons that people give for not buying a home. There are things that can be done to improve your credit score. There are conversations you can have with creditors to get them to agree to accept less and then remove the item from your credit report once you pay that lower settlement amount. And also, look, time heals all credit. Seriously. After 6 years and 10 months, that stuff drops off, in most cases. And so you might not have credit that's as bad as you think it is. And so definitely that's something that you should consider. Just because you think you have bad credit does not mean that your credit is too bad to purchase a home. So you really need to get some consultation on that because things might not be as bad as you think they are. Well, contrary to popular belief, you do not have to have a lot of down payment in order to purchase a home. You can purchase a home with as little as 3.5% down on an FHA loan. You can also use something called down payment assistance. There are a number of programs out there. There is a program here in Florida called Florida Bond that will provide up to $10,000 towards your down payment and or closing costs. There is another program called Hometown Heroes, which up until July 1st was only available to military or educators or law enforcement, etc. But now it's been opened up to everyone. Now, once it was opened up to everyone, of course, the money that they had available to give to people for their down payment has reduced dramatically. But there are other programs as well. There are 100% financing programs available if you purchase in certain areas. That's via the USDA loan program. You purchase in certain areas that are eligible for USDA loans, you can actually purchase a home with 100% financing, meaning there is no down payment. There's also a new program called PATH that allows you to purchase a home in certain census tracts. If you purchase in certain census tracts, then you can get into a house with 100% financing and no private mortgage insurance and no income maximum requirement. So those are really great programs that you can get into with not much savings at all. So the no savings argument, well, there's a solution for that. The third thing that people say is, well, now is not a good time to buy. Interest rates are too high. It's not a good time to buy. Well, first of all, interest rates are hovering around 6.5% to 7.5%. Historically, this is a regular rate. We just sort of got used to those 3% interest rates for about 10 or 11 years after the housing crash. But those weren't real. So these are real rates now. And when rates drop again, you can refinance. Typically, that's not a big deal. You can refinance, and in some cases, if you're refinancing with the same mortgage company, you may not even have to pay closing costs. They can roll that right on in to your refinance loan. So there are ways around that. I'm going to tell you this. So in the past month, the median home price, the median sales price here in Jacksonville, the 6-county Jacksonville area, increased by 1.3%. The month before that, it increased by almost 4%. The month before that, it increased by more than 2%. So house prices are going up every month. Interest rates are still higher than what we were used to for 11 years. If you wait until interest rates come down below 5%, what's going to end up happening is you're going to price yourself out of this market because the home prices will continue to increase. It's much better to get a home that you can afford with a payment that you can afford. Now, maybe that $1,500 payment that you can afford, well, that's going to, instead of buying you a $300,000 house, right now that's going to buy you about a $200,000 house. But you know what? Buy something now. Buy something before prices go up. Because when prices go up, if you've bought something, guess what? You got equity in a home that you own. And you can use that equity to buy a bigger home later. You can use that equity later to buy an investment property and build your investment portfolio so that at some point that can fund your retirement. For every reason that you have for not buying a home, I've got a reason why you should. If you are a renter, you are buying homes for your landlord. It's time for you to own. It's time for you to own. I believe that God wants us to have our own so that we can use it to bless others. I just believe that. In my heart of hearts, I believe that. And I believe that you can own a home. You should own a home. You deserve to own a home. You deserve not to have to worry about your landlord going up on your rent by $400 or $500. You deserve to be able to have a stable place to live without worrying about whether or not your landlord is going to price you out of your home. You deserve to own your own home. I truly believe that. Let me show you how.